Welcome to Flame 2017. With me now is Bas Eickhout, who is a member of the European Parliament and also a member of the Dutch Green Party. Bas, thank you very much for taking some time to speak to us.
Thank you for having me here.
Let's start with what you see the gas industry can do, the role of the gas industry both now and leading up to 2030 and say after 2030. Start with now for the next few years.
I think we all know that if you look at the energy mix, at the current mode, we are very much dependent on fossil fuels, and there needs to be a shift away from the most polluting ones. So there is a role for gas clearly to play because of, if you compare it with coal or oil, gas is a better delivery. I think secondly, it is also a fuel that can meet the balance with renewables, which from my point of view is of course the longer term future. And that brings me a bit to your, well, where do we go from here? And there I do have a couple of concerns because I fear a bit of a lock-in into gas. So we do see a shift slowly away from the most polluting carbon fuels, but when we are shifting to gas and all the infrastructure that's being built, is that not locking us in a gas infrastructure which then keeps us there beyond 2050 when we really need to be decarbonized? Certainly the richer regions like Europe or the United States, their full decarbonization needs to happen, and I think there I see that gas becomes at a certain moment a hindrance of that transition, where it's at the beginning helping us. And I think that's my political challenge, how to make sure that we get gas into the system now to get rid of coal, but also to make sure that it's not hindering us in getting stuck with gas. I think that is one of the political challenges where the industry quite often is just not looking at and think, oh, just help us with gas and shut up.
But what is there though other than gas that can provide the flexibility that will be there when the wind doesn't blow, the sun doesn't shine, etc. Post 2030? I mean, you are still going to need it.
No, I don't think so. I think there the key is infrastructure, which is true, by the way, for all our fuels. You know, whether it's renewables or gas, infrastructure is key. And of course, that's the political challenge also. What you build now is setting your future. I mean, the infrastructure is there for decades. And then of course now we have the investment questions. Where are we going to invest our infrastructure money into? And I think there, renewables is the more logical for me. It's decentralized, which has power to the people. That's also a decentralized, giving people a bit more focus on their energy. It is more diverse. And you also can link it to, of course, developments, for example, in the transport sector, where you get more electrification, which can be part of a battery that is not only driving your car, but is also storing electricity. And I think that infrastructure investment is the key, but that's true for gas or renewables either.
Just a quick word on CCS, carbon capture and storage, because that came up in the debate earlier. It was quite a feisty debate that you had on stage. Carbon capture and storage for the gas industry, where do you stand on that?
I think it was very nice in the debate that at a certain moment it was agreed with my statement to say, guys, for me, CCS in the energy sector, knowing on where I think we have to go to, doesn't make sense. But of course I do see there are industrial applications, thinking about steel, thinking about fertilizer, where they need still some kind of fossil fuel sometimes to just store the oxygen, which delivers CO2 as a product. And there we probably need CCS. So the strategy of carbon capture and storage is needed. I'm not going against that. But I think if we really want to make it viable, we have to start working on that, making that technology work there where it's needed the most, and that's industrial applications, not energy.
We said it was a feisty debate.
Yes,
do you think that, and it was a great debate, thank you for being here, but
thank you.
Do you think it rather showed up where the fault lines lay between the politicians and the industry, or indeed the green politicians and the industry?
I think we are still not there. I mean, it's good that we're talking to each other, but I do think that there's still the idea that, well, the Greens are out of touch. But I think I would say the gas industry is very much so promoting its own infrastructure, its own gas. Understandably, but then if you do that, just be aware that I have 20 sectors just doing that. I think you really can win a lot if you acknowledge the challenges that are there, that you need more political guidance in it, and just don't put us off like, oh, you don't understand technology, but knowing that we are there to help and that we can, but that it also means that the gas industry needs a bit of a broader vision on a decarbonized system, because that's always the point. When you get more into the details, then suddenly the reaction is, yeah, but we need more time. Well, but the climate change challenge is pressing us, and I as a politician need to act. So the question, give me more time, it's more and more difficult to adhere to, because climate change is pressing us.
Yes, thank you very much for speaking to us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Very much.